Hey! Welcome back. Today we have some shocking news to talk about. Moon Jae-young was ready to give up. Until Cha Eun-woo did this, he saved their relationship. Moon Jae-young was ready to walk away forever. Tears in her eyes, heart on the edge, the K-drama star who had once glowed so brightly beside Chaeunwoo was moments away from letting go of it all. But then, Eun-woo did something no one expected. Sparkles, before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss the real stories behind your favorite stars. You won't want to miss what happens next. Let's rewind. It started on the set of True Beauty. The chemistry between Moon Jae-young and Cha Eun-woo was instant, electric, even. On screen, they played star-crossed lovers, caught between misunderstandings and secrets. Off-screen, something eerily similar was brewing. Behind the cameras, quiet glances lingered longer than they should have. Casual conversations turned into hours-long chats after filming. The crew whispered, the fans speculated. Were they just co-stars, or was something more blossoming in the shadows? Jae-young, known for her grounded personality and professionalism, found herself drawn to Eun-woo's quiet strength. He wasn't the type to open up easily. But with her, he began to. They never announced anything publicly, not yet. But insiders say, during that winter, their relationship shifted from friendship to something more. And for a while, everything was perfect. Until it wasn't. After True Beauty wrapped, everything changed. Their schedules exploded. Eun-woo dove into music promotions with ASTRO and new acting roles. Jae-young began filming Link, Eat, Love, Kill, a project that demanded emotional intensity and long hours. Days apart became weeks. Weeks became months. And with the distance, came the doubt. They still cared. Deeply. But the connection that once felt unshakable began to crack under the weight of work, fame, and silence. Moon Jae-young, the ever-loyal heart, tried to hold on. She sent messages. Encouraged him. Defended him when tabloids created drama out of thin air. But something inside her began to shift. Was she holding on to someone who no longer had a hand outstretched? The moment everything broke, came one night in June. A Seoul gossip site published a blurry photo of Cha Eun-woo with another woman. A stylist, they claimed. The article suggested a secret relationship. It wasn't true. But Jae-young didn't know that. What she did know was that she hadn't heard from Eun-woo in 11 days. She sat alone in her apartment, the city lights outside blinking like tired stars. The silence between them was now louder than any scandal. And in that silence, she made her choice. She wouldn't beg. She wouldn't cry. She would let go. When Eun-woo saw the article, he laughed. Ridiculous, he thought. But when he checked his phone and saw her name missing from his notifications, he panicked. He called. No answer. He texted. Still nothing. And then, it hit him. He had been so caught up in his world, his tours, his scripts, his image, that he had let the one real thing slip through his fingers. That night, he didn't sleep. The next morning, he boarded a flight. Destination? Jeju Island. Why? Because that's where she had once said she'd go, if she ever needed to escape everything. He found her. Soaked. Breathless. No script. No cameras. Just Cha Eun-woo, the man. He sat across from her. Apologized. And then, for the first time in their relationship, he told her everything. How afraid he was of losing her. How he thought she deserved someone who could give her more time. How he had been wrong. Why didn't you tell me sooner? Asterisk. Because I thought I had more time. But when I saw what I was about to lose, I realized I had none. Asterisk. They didn't post a photo. There was no grand statement. No press release. Just two people who found their way back to each other, quietly. Insiders say they're taking things slow, prioritizing communication, setting boundaries with the public. Because some stories don't need to be told in headlines. Some are written in heartbeats, in silence, in rain-soaked reunions on Jeju Island. And sometimes, the most beautiful love stories are the ones that almost didn't make it. Moon Jae-young was ready to give up. But Cha Eun-woo didn't let her. And in doing so, he didn't just save their relationship. He reminded all of us that love, real love, is worth fighting for. In that moment, time stopped. The weight she carried, doubt, sorrow, resignation, cracked open by the sound of his voice. He didn't rush in. He waited for her to invite him. Because this time, he knew he had to let her lead the pace. Cha Eun-woo. I'm so sorry, Jae-young. For every time I failed to see your pain. For every silence I responded with silence. I don't expect everything to be fixed instantly. But I promise I'll try, with everything I have. Moon Jae-young. I was about to give up. I felt like I was carrying this alone. Cha Eun-woo. You were never alone. I was just blind. But I see now. I'm here. Recommitment isn't a dramatic oath. It's choosing each other, day after day, with awareness and intention. Healing doesn't erase the past. It weaves it into a stronger future. And sometimes, walking side by side, with nothing grand but presence, is enough. Moon Jae-young was ready to give up, until he chose not to let go. Cha Eun-woo didn't erase the pain. He faced it. He reached through it. He did the work. She realized she didn't have to crave perfection. She only needed presence, humility, and love that shows up every day. If you've ever felt on the brink, whether in love, or in a friendship, or in yourself, know this: sometimes all it takes is one small act of courage to keep the light alive. I am. And I want you to tell me what you need, not what I think you need, but what you want. Moon Jae-young. I don't always know. But sometimes, I want someone who listens. Who doesn't brush aside my fears. Who doesn't assume everything will fix itself with time. I'll learn. I'll listen when you speak. I'll try not to assume. I can't promise I'll never make mistakes, but I promise I'll try to do better. If this story moved you even a little, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more deep dives into the hidden moments behind your favorite stars.